Welcome everyone. I'm David Borish, AI strategist at Trace3. And before I introduce our special guest here today, I want to give a little bit of a backstory. So I had the pleasure to share the stage at Cornell University with this gentleman here, both of us as keynotes. And since then we've been fast friends,
Right.
and even worked on a project together.
Right.
So King Willonius is his name, and on all the social channels. So today, King Willonius joins us as an AI influencer,
Yep.
and I'll let you kind of give a little bit.
Yeah. Appreciate that, David. Yeah. Like David said, we met at what was it, Cornell Tech, and we both, kind of just hit it off because we were both obsessed with AI, and then just like not only the use cases, but like the creative potential that it has.
Absolutely.
So I think we really bonded on that. We got to work on a project together, but my background has been really just I'm a stand-up comedian turned AI storyteller, and like
Well, to talk about that for a minute. So AI storyteller
Right.
is a new term. A lot of people probably haven't heard of that, but you're one of the first. So
right.
give the audience a little bit of an idea of what an AI storyteller.
Yeah, so I just use these tools, AI, generative AI tools, to storytell, in new creative ways, where the technology allows you to immerse the audience and just and create at a speed that is we've pretty much never had at any point in human history.
Yeah.
So, if you have a great imagination, these tools turn you into Superman.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so on the stage when we shared in Cornell, the keynote I gave was the creative renaissance and why this is the best time in history to be a creative. Because
Right.
as you know, it's not there's not a lot of positive news about AI and the creative world.
Right.
Except for the people who are using it.
Right.
So it's like a hidden secret almost,
Facts.
right? So the idea was that once the creative teams learn to adapt and adopt these tools, then they're going to realize the amount of work that they could scale. So
Facts.
so the creative world has never had a product that was scalable.
Right.
This is the first time.
Right.
So it's exciting.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I think to your point, man, like that's how I feel. Every time I open my laptop or I get an idea, I get super excited because I'm just like, I can make it. You know what I mean? Like, whether or not it's going to take you a lot of time and whether or not you can, you want to stay diligent in finishing it, but that there's tools out right now that can pretty much create anything that you can imagine. So, it's an amazing time to it's probably the best time ever to be
a creative,
Right,
I would say, and even in tech.
Right.
Like, I went through, I started during the first, .com era, and I could tell you this is completely different. Like,
Right.
The amount of, updates that happen in this industry. So I want to thank you for coming out. A little bit of a quick story. So last year, Trace3 invited me as a guest,
Wow.
like they invited you this year. And I got to meet everyone just as you've seen. It was just, a great group of people here. And I kept in touch with them. And then, about 8 months ago, joined the company
Wow.
as AI strategist. So
Congrats.
this was this time last year. And then this year, over the last 8 months, what I've been working on is, let me back up a little bit. So I wrote a paper back in April called the Open-Prem Inflection Point. And the idea was I was tracking how these open source models were increasing in capability, and they were becoming close to or on par with the commercial models.
Right.
So as this was all happening, if you see GPU cost and that, it's coming down. It's kind of more chips are coming out, so
Right.
the older chips, which are still capable,
Right.
are coming down in price. And then you have the data security risk, which is, you talk to anybody here in this, whether they're a CISO or not, they'll tell you about the conversation around data security. So
Right.
with on-prem, the idea of open-prem is that all these things are converging. So the open-prem inflection point is like where they actually become more affordable to implement than a strict, 100% cloud strategy.
Oh, okay.
So, and a lot of times the question comes back, like, what if I have all cloud? Because a lot of customers have gone that way. Then we do a hybrid strategy, right? So we've been working with IBM on launching this workshop, and so for current partners in the Trace3 ecosystem or customers, we're offering a complimentary workshop. IBM fully, taking care of it. Can be remote or in person. It could be a half a day or a full day, so we can go and talk with the tech team, and then next we could talk with the business team all on the same day. And so the idea here is that an enterprise would have a problem, right? And then so we figure out in the workshop how to solve that problem by using open source LLMs and whatever they could do to help solve it with an on-prem strategy, whether that's IBM, NVIDIA, HP, whatever that strategy ends up being. And then a software stack, which is Trace3's kind of advantage over other companies that are competitive, is that we have relationships with, I would say, the startup world, but a lot of these companies are way beyond startup. They're C, D, and even have gone public and been acquired. And so we bring that level of relationships, like so for AZ16, who you just participated in the AI Creative Summit, which by the way was great, and thanks for the invite. That was
absolutely, bro.
That was amazing. I got to see a bunch of friends that I knew from the world, and just to have all of those creative minds together and from different parts of the creative world, right? Film, video, image. Steve Stout was there, and United Masters, the team with them, and just so many. So yeah, it was great to see. And you so tell everyone about your project that you.
It's a music video, a rap song dissing Popeyes from McDonald's point of view, which I made it because early in the year Popeyes hires some AI artists to make a rap song dissing McDonald's. They made it. And then my boy, one of my good friends, man, he actually did the beat to it, and he sent it to me, and he was like, listen, look at the video. So I checked it out, and I was like, I'm gonna diss you back as McDonald's. So, worked on it for a couple hours, and then was able to put it out. And it.
Wait, so say that again. You worked on it for a couple
hours.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And,
but I mean,
but tell the audience, like, just those 2 hours. And by the way, we're not talking about what this would have taken without AI. We're talking about just like what it took you, but like the result. And the only reason why I think that's important is because sometimes people think that the amount of time you put into something is what you'll get back in return. But with AI, because it's taking you a lot less time. But this video went viral. You got the project picked up with AZ16. It got to go on real display in an art gallery. You know what I mean? So
Well, I mean, I think that just kind of just shows you like the power of AI, because like that video, it took me probably like around, I would say in totality, maybe like 6 hours to complete. And like the previous team, I think it took them like 3 days. Which I'm sure is probably like back and forth.
Just the advancements in AI.
Well, but I mean, if you're just a single creator,
that's true.
I can completely get my vision. I can get it out, without like a lot of back and forth. And I can just, whether people like it or not, this is just my perspective on this particular thing. And I think that's when you go back and you talk about like the creative renaissance, that's what it's about, right? Like each artist has an idea, and each artist has the tools to express themselves. The way they see fit, you know what I'm saying? Even like, what you guys are building, I'm sure that, I don't know, I'm wondering if you use like AI as a creative partner to kind of problem solve as you're building this thing out, you know what I'm saying?
So the idea of Open-Prem works with any open source. So right now you have state-of-the-art, they call it state-of-the-art for visual, which is on-prem and open source. Or it could be ran in the cloud as well. I don't want to say that, either one. But the idea is that you're paying for just a cost of energy. You're not paying an actual token cost, which ends up being unpredictable, right? Because employees can overuse it 1 month and bills are fluctuating. You can't predict it. With on-prem, if you run it 24/7, it's going to be a maximum amount that you
Right.
pay for electric, as long as whatever the electric stays in range, right?
Right.
So going back to what you asked, there are enough tools in the creative space to do an open-prem version for creative agencies, where you set up all of the open source video, audio, and now with these open source open weight platforms, you can train it specifically on your content.
Right.
A lot easier. You own all of these rights, are usually like MIT licenses, or you would structure it so that you own all the content 100%.
Right.
But over time, think of that, like you own the software, you own the content, you're building or training it, on to learn your team and
Really?
the creative style, and now you're building it, almost like your own software asset, right?
Right.
That you own. You own the code. So
Damn.
really powerful.
I agree, man. I mean, that's kind of what in this space or the time we're in now, ownership is probably the key, creating, from a creative standpoint, just like creating interesting IP, because now we all have these tools where we can make stuff really fast, So who has that IP? Who has the next,
No, you had it right. Who has the IP?
Yeah.
So, talking about IP, so there's probably a few people who are going to watch this that know of you, but don't know it's you. So
Right.
I'll kind of let everybody know the first thing that you kind of were known for outside of comedy
Right.
was BBL Drizzy.
Right.
So that was the first AI song that was licensed in the music world, right? So tell that story real quick.
Yeah, I mean, it was just using the tools. BBL Drizzy was trending one day on Twitter,
and that was
during the Drake Kendrick beef.
Music
yeah.
beef.
But it was Drake and Rick Ross going at it first, and then Rick Ross said that Drake had fake abs, so he started calling him BBL Drizzy, and then it was trending. I made a song about it, and it like went viral. It went viral twice. Like it went viral the first time in April, and then Metro Boomin jumped into the beef with Kendrick and Drake, and then he made it go viral again, and then it was like everywhere on TikTok. But like right now, so what I'm doing now is like I took that moment and I've kind of wanted to expand on really just I call it the BBL Drizzy verse, because we're working on like a dome experience.
Okay.
So BBL Drizzy the musical, and
so when you say a dome experience, like we're here in Vegas and the
yeah,
sphere
like
is what
sphere,
everyone.
but creating stories, we want to create stories for a dome. So just imagine, these domes just packed and people excited to see, movies like the Marvel movies, or just really interesting, dope stories, but you're watching it in the sphere now. Because I think that, venues like the Sphere, like Cosm, these different planetariums, they
The
open
immersive
up,
experience.
They make it
Just
immersive,
yeah.
people, and that's what I think people are looking for right now is more immersive
Something new.
experience.
Yeah.
Just it's cool. Nothing, no disrespect to the theaters, but I think now we just crave for richer experiences.
Well, we have so much, media and entertainment right at our fingertips.
Right.
So you're going to be more impressed by going to an immersive experience than you would.
Yeah, and it's just like it's almost lazy that you don't put a little bit thought into like the design. You know what I'm saying? Like I was blown away by this conference because, the ideas and the intentionality.
The amount of time and level
Yeah,
of
the
detail,
design is just on point. Like the rooms where the speakers are at feel like a TED Talk, feel like it has that amazing production value. You go into the trade room show and it's just like the designs and the lines and the lasers, and like it just looks, it's just really cool, So, because at the end of the day, you're just looking at spaces, and then it's like you need creative people that can design a space and make when you go in there, you feel something. Like you leave here feeling empowered after
It's one of the reasons why I joined the company. To be honest, I came to the event and I was really blown away the same way.
Yeah.
And so we're as I mentioned with the workshop, we're We're looking for enterprises who are looking to kind of figure out an on-prem strategy, AI strategy. It's complimentary for the Trace3 network. So anybody can go to open-prem.com, and you'll see a link there which will take you to a short kind of questionnaire. Fill a few of those things out, and like I said, it could be a half-a-day workshop, full-day workshop. So we're launching that tomorrow. We'll be here again at the booth tomorrow afternoon in the VIP. So come say hello. And so before we go, a couple last things I'd love to kind of touch on. Sora 2 was a big release this week.
Right.
And they teased everyone with the big release, and then now it's code only, of course.
Right.
You're a VIP in the world, so you got a Sora code. So tell us about Sora 2.
Man, when I first got access to it, I was like, this is going to change the game.
Was it before it was released?
Yeah. So I was in the OpenAI alpha program, but it just it was one of those moments where, like, we've had a couple moments in the AI creative community where
VO3 was one of them.
VO3,
with the sound.
The ChatGPT image model dropped.
So the first Sora.
They're like
that's when we worked on the project together.
Right.
Yeah.
But they're literally just moments that you're like, yo, we're at a new level now with AI creative.
Yeah. And it's not going back, right? Like, we're at the worst it's ever going to be.
Yeah. Like, they changed the game with Sora 2.
So explain what it is, because it's so interesting. It took me a minute to really understand it, and I think I'm still absorbing it. But say it, and then let's talk about how it differs from like a VO3 or something else.
Yeah, because I think the biggest difference is it's a social network.
So it's an app that's downloaded separately on your
social network.
Not part of ChatGPT, although you can sign in with ChatGPT.
But it's social network has probably the best video model, arguably, and then it also is extremely fast.
And allows you to like swap.
Yeah. So and it's fast. So like that's what we crave for now in this AI space, is like speed. If you're like, yo,
better, faster, and cheaper. Yeah.
I can make a great video for you, but this app is going to take 4 hours to render.
Yeah.
You're like, it's like, it might be all right, but it takes 20 seconds.
4 hours in this, That's
you know what I'm saying? So you wouldn't even open that app anymore. You would literally just be like, there's no point in using this app.
Yeah.
So, so the fact that they've achieved great speed and quality, and it has this social aspect, it's very memeable. It's very like
they put you in famous movie clips, right?
Yeah,
you could,
it's memes.
Put yourself, and then what I thought was really interesting is like, you're owning your profile. They're doing a digital face, and you're allowing people to share it. Right. So did you allow the sharing of it?
Yeah. I put mine on there. I was just like, it's fun. It's just fun. It's a fun app, and that's the thing that I think why, unless somebody comes along, and I'm pro ChatGPT, I'm pro OpenAI. I just think they got smart people, and then they know how to.
I'm telling you, Sam Altman's from another planet, man. That guy, he worked. I mean, the way he's the amount of money and the way he's raising money, and then still being able to deliver products like the Sora 2 is just amazing.
I think everybody, they came out first, and I think every time
they changed the game.
People
nobody cared about AI. I tell the story like I had a little buzz about AI in 2017 because I was one of the first teams to leverage the Google transformer model papers. We used like 6 techniques on one of the video patents I had, and it was something I went to talk with Vimeo and Intel, a bunch of, and for about 6 months everybody cared, and after that they were like, and then with ChatGPT 2.5, when that release came out, it changed, and my phone started ringing like, we talked about this, a couple years back, right? And it's been nonstop ever since. So you're right. Like, they have that first mover advantage. And who knows what they haven't released yet? Right.
Well, that part, So So, but I know that I told back in June I did this podcast, and I told everybody that I was like, y'all got about 6 months to figure this out, because the game is about to change, and like it's proven me right. We're now with we got about 3 months left in the year, in the next month, 2 months max, we're gonna have another one of these moments with one of the companies.
It's coming, yeah. And I wouldn't doubt, mark my words, it happens with open source, because the last 2 weeks there's been 2 breakthroughs. One with Gwen 3, which is Alibaba, open source, open weights, and DeepSeek, who affected the markets back in February, is back again with 3.2 that just came out.
Really?
And I just released a white paper today with the product, the Open-Prem Inflection Point update. I have to go back and change it now.
Damn.
Or update it with a V2 just for this version, because
Really?
of how quickly this is all changing. So 6 months is a long time. They talked about that on stage today. Yeah,
6 months is a really long time. And like there's so much that'll happen. Like the video models, they're getting better and better.
I have a question for you. We'll leave off on this. A thought maybe for everyone. So what happens when the video models are all perfect, and they're all going to kind of get there at some point, right?
Yeah.
And they're natural language, and you can easily tell what to do, and there's really no competitive advantage, because everybody's just basically giving it away for free on price, trying to get you to use some other product, or however the business model kind of lands.
Yeah.
Then what happens to besides finding these amazing creatives that we would never have access to, some kid in a basement who just has, the internet for the first time, who's like this creative genius.
Right.
But how does that change entertainment when, like, some kid in a basement could literally have the same thing a $100 million studio had just 2 years ago? Like, could create the same level of content.
Yeah, I think that it levels the playing field a lot more, because 11-year-old will know how to make content for 11-year-old. Most times
he's not 11, but like he's like proving that he's made content, and he's the biggest.
He's not making content for people that are 50.
No.
You know what
for
I'm saying?
Us, no.
He's making for people
kids.
content in people his age group. And like in the past, you would have had to be had a studio or something, like, you know what I'm saying, to be able to reach people.
Yep.
So now it's just like you can speak directly to your audience, your people, which is great, because like if an 11-year-old's making what they would call AI slop,
that's a big thing.
Whatever they're making, but like they're making it for their
group.
audience. And then versus like
their
somebody else,
group.
we're trying to make things that they think they want, and that's why it just hits different, So, but then you can make your demographic make the things that for the people you want to make it for. So, I think that's probably one of the benefits to it. People are just going to have to learn the new ways to create and new options and create. Like how, if you were an artist, an independent artist, there's just certain things you probably have to do now. At a certain level, you probably should have had a SoundCloud, or you should have had, certain things set up. If you were going independent, you were like, I don't need the system at all. And I think that for AI creators, there's going to be a platform. There's going to be a mechanism.
There's going to be a lot of platforms, but there's going to be, I think, a couple standout ones, like we're already seeing.
Yeah,
right?
there'll probably be one that everybody's like, this is the one to be on.
Yeah.
But they'll probably just
it's going to change too.
Yeah.
But at some point, that was my point. Was like, they're all going to be at that level. So it's just going to be like whoever you're most comfortable with using, and that's probably who's going to be the one. The Google or
the film industry. I think where their next logical step is allowing people that watch their movies to create the movies.
Yep.
That's happening. That's the way.
Netflix of AI.
You know what I'm saying? Where it's just like, you've watched Avengers, now make make part 2. You can make part 3, and we'll probably have the tools to be that good, but then
me and you're gonna be in Seinfeld together.
Yeah, but you can do that now.
I know.
Yeah.
The new Sora.
But I think that's how you keep this thing going. So like, say you bought the Avengers pack, and now you and your friends can just be in all the scenes. You can take the movie however you want to take it.
That's the content, yeah.
Yeah.
The IP is what you're paying for. And
You'll just, Yeah, I think that's the way they're going to solve it. Yeah, look at that, Hollywood. I just solved your problem for you. Yeah.
All right, well, listen, before we go, why don't you tell everyone where they can find you and follow you for
my website, kingwillonius.com. It's King Willonius, KingWillonius, on all platforms. And then working on BBL Drizzy right now. So, we're we've been moving forward.
Are you still looking for partners for that?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Creative partners,
All right.
strategic partners. You know,
Okay.
still fundraising, so that's been going really well.
Okay.
But yeah, just I think.
And then people could reach from your website.
Yeah,
or
go to
just
my website.
DM.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But just I think what we want is just the right partners, because this is going to be such a groundbreaking project that you just want to be. You want to be working with the right people, you know what I'm saying?
Always,
because it just makes the whole process so much more enjoyable, and then people that understand the real vision of what we're trying to do. That's
great. Yeah. So again, Trace3, we thank you so much for coming and hanging
man.
with us.
Amazing.
And if you guys want to check out Open-Prem, again, that's open-prem.com. You can check out my website at davidborish.com and follow me, same thing on socials, David Borish, Borish, and trace3.com. So check out Trace3, and thank you, everyone. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Amazing, man. Appreciate you, bro.
All right.